welcome everybody. And if you wanted to share where you're zooming in, do so on the chat and then we'll know. Most of the people, I guess, would be the participants who's going to be coming to the summit on Saturday for the All About AI Women conference. And so let me get started on this. If you guys have any question, I have two of my team members here, Stacy and Ross. So you can ask them questions if I'm not able to see your questions. But I'm going to get this show started because I wanted to be respectful of your time. Thank you for being here. Today, we are going to talk about JT1 AI, how you can experience a 9-figure business, because it's not where you are right now, but where you're going to be or where you want it to be. My name is Lourdes Gant, and I am your host today. I am the Managing Director of Manatee Holdings Limited and a Senior Managing Partner for AI Agency Group. So again, thank you for being here today. I mentioned if you wanted to share where you're zooming in today, please do so on a chat because we're also going to have a little bit of networking later if you wanted to stay after the presentation. But I'd like to get started by asking everybody, why are you here today? So maybe drop on the chat, why are you here other than to learn AI and the JT1 platform? But why are you here today? And I'm going to be talking a lot about AI and things that are changing. But I also want to talk about things that are not changing. So I always wanted to thank our event sponsors. I mentioned Manatee Holdings Limited is an ocean farming business that is a family firm that we have. And I recently exited this company with our new partners, who is also our client, who bought all of our shellfish in the last 4 years. The mandate is to create the most environmentally beneficial food production, operation, and land or sea anywhere in the world. And so I have a little bit of time to get into AI. I started with AI 3 years ago because I am also a country partner for an edtech company that's listed in the New York Stock Exchange called Genius U. And the AI Agency Group is another group that we have in the US. And I'll share more about that. And the other sponsor is our podcast, which is running 5 years now, that was originally called the Business of Aquaculture Podcast, that we rebranded this year to Before the Tipping Point, where AI and sustainability meet climate leadership. And as I mentioned, I have two of my lovely associates here with me. So if you have any question, Stacy is here and Ross is here. So let's get this show started. I always ask this question because I love visioning. And Dan Sullivan, for those of you who are in Canada or North America, used to be my business coach. And he asks this R-factor question all the time when I'm meeting new people. So for those of you who I haven't met yet, this is a little bit of an introduction of how I roll. And R stands for relationship. So if we were having this discussion 3 years from today, and you're looking back over those 3 years, what has to happen in your life, both personally and professionally, for you to feel happy with your progress? So I mentioned we're going to be talking a lot about AI, and we're going to be talking a lot about things that are changing. But I'd like to anchor with the vision, because it's not even have to be 3 years. That seems to be so far out. Maybe you wanted to have visioning on what your life would be like at the end of December of this year, December 31, 2026. And I don't know, for those of you who are not familiar, Chinese New Year is coming in 2 weeks. And so it's almost like New Year for me as well. So it is almost like, what would that like be at the end of the year? And so I would like to have one of our partners, our founder partner, JT Fox, if you're not familiar with him, a 9-figure entrepreneur who is going to tell us more about what we're going to be talking about today. So I hope you're, I'm only going to share 5 minutes of this video. So I hope you get the focus of being to stay on that span of time, and then we'll go from there.
Welcome to day 2 of Millions to Billions in AI, where for the next 365 days, you can follow my journey building a global AI company, trying to help as many people as possible, whether businesses or individual, get this amazing technology in the hands of as many people. So you can always go back to episode number 1, and every single day I'm going to share the good, the bad, and the ugly of building the business and the challenge. And yesterday was a great accomplishment because we launched Power 5 AI. And one of the problems that I found myself is we created our own AI, one of the most advanced business AI called JT1, which is based on 8,000 hours of everything I've ever done. I have 84 companies. We do business in 56 countries, and I have clients in 104. And I wanted an AI to think like a 9-figure entrepreneur. If I was, helping someone or my office, like what would I do? Like imagine if, for those of you watching this, everyone would do the things the way you want to. Now, some people don't know how to do it, which they could use it. What would I do? But other thing is having people do things the way you want to is probably one of the greatest things. And it's really, really hard. And one of the issues is not only did we create our own AI, but I would use all the other AIs. And it was frustrating because literally, if you go and type in a question and put it into 4 of the other AIs, the big 4, you're going to find yourself, you're going to get 4 different answers. Like, how's that possible? Well, I don't know if you know this, but the AI currently, it says the big 4, what they do is they scrape the knowledge base. So what they do is they scrape the internet. And it's really good at knowing things. But AI is not good at growing money, saving money, because it scrapes off the internet. And for example, if every single book on Amazon was in the AI, that would be like the smartest thing ever. But unfortunately, the internet, in terms of business at least, there's a bunch of teasers. And a lot of times, how do you know the information is correct? And so what would happen is people would use our AI, which literally is the best. And I'm not just saying that like I type it in and I know the answer. That's exactly what I would do. But I would double check with all the other AIs, and people would do it too. And they would check with mine, check with everything. And I believe that the reasons why these AI employees or agents, and I hate that word agent and bots, are not as good now is because they scrape off the internet, right? And Larry Ellison, the 6th richest man in the world from Oracle, had said something, and he goes, the future of AI is what's called private LLMs, large language model, which is the knowledge base. And for those of you who are watching this, let's say you're a spa owner and you're a very successful business. Well, the problem is that people want a knowledge base, say they go to the big 4 AI, or even they want an agent. But if you write in how to build a successful spa, you, who is very successful, would look at this information and say, that's not correct, or it's basic or generalistic, right? You have specific knowledge of dealing with the customers and upselling them, and should get Botox, and should they get PPR, and whatever, like what kind of skin treatment you do, and how to introduce it, how to sell it. AI doesn't know that because AI has never run a business. AI has never suffered like you and I. This has never done that. But what if you could take that knowledge base, right? And you create a brain of your knowledge base. And so maybe you are in New York City, and someone in Oklahoma, someone in Sweden, someone in Australia, be like, you know what? I want to start a spa. And this woman has a knowledge base. She runs a very successful spa. Why don't I take her brain and I will type things in, and it's exactly how she would do it, but knowing what my spa is about, what it is. So it's creating your own knowledge base, helping other people. And eventually that knowledge base to go into the employees. Imagine that. That's what we do. One of the many things we do in AI. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to command all big 4 AIs and add JT1 all together. And the big 4 AI, we're literally going to make it where it's like so cheap, almost like we lose money. And then if we combine them with JT1, and then we can create a more powerful knowledge base, and that knowledge base will be able to be this. So imagine 5 of the best AIs, including mine, and your brain all working in an AI employee. It's basically superhuman, super AI. It's like the 1992 Dream Team.
So I wanted to stop there because now you can see where we're going. So the best offer I can give you today, and this is the only sales pitch you're going to hear from me, is the Power 5 are the four AIs. Claude, Gemini, Grok, ChatGPT, and JT1 are the Power 5 that he was talking about there. And it's going to be $30 a month US. And so even just with ChatGPT, you're going to have a subscription of $20 a month. So that's what we're going to be offering today. But before I go there, I just wanted to put that out now because one of the things that we have to share today is how long has this AI been out in the world. So I don't know if you remember, are you seeing my screen right now? So you can just put a thumbs up if you are, then I can see that. I don't know if you remember this movie, but this movie was from 2001. So that was 25 years ago. And if you haven't seen it, it's a boy who is an AI and he was adopted by a couple who doesn't have any kids. And so he was the first artificial intelligence boy who was programmed to love. And I just wanted to share this when I'm doing my presentation because somebody who had already envisioned, I was talking about visioning earlier on at the start of my presentation, and now it's all happening. And I don't want to be controversial about this, but I just wanted you to watch the trailer for now because it's the first AI boy that was programmed to love. His love is real, but he's not at the end of the trailer.
When's your birthday? I never had a birthday.
His name is David.
It's Felix. It's creepy. Whoa. It's so real.
In a distant future, in an age of intelligent machines, he is the first robotic child programmed to love and coexist as a member of a family. His is a tale of humanity and a journey to find his place among humans and machines.
I'm a boy.
You are a real boy. At least as real as I've ever made one.
And so just think of that for a moment. Maybe you can remember, where were you in 2001? I was still in the Philippines, actually. I was doing my MBA for business administration for middle managers, and I actually immigrated to Canada in May 3 of 2004. So I watched this movie when I was still in the Philippines. So maybe drop on a chat, where were you in 2001, if you remember? And so I shared this movie because it seems to be so far out from before, and now it's kind of very surreal that it's almost, maybe we're already there. We don't know. I don't know if you heard about Claude bot that happened a week and a half ago, wherein this AI agent was created and it started doing things for you. So we're going to be talking about that more later. So now I wanted to again pivot us back to, I was talking about visioning. And then there's also the purpose. There's a lot of things that are changing, but there's also a lot of things that are not changing. So your vision will be your target, but your purpose is your fuel. I mentioned one of the event sponsors of this event is Manatee Holdings, in which it's our family firm focused into sustainable aquaculture. Our United Nations Sustainable Development Goal purpose was life below water. And for me personally, it's no poverty. So if you don't know your life purpose in connection with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, Stacy will be putting on the chat a link from our EdTech partner, and you can actually literally find your purpose for your life in connection with the UN SDG for free. So without further ado as well, one of the things that's also not going to be changing is your values for your life. Just most recently, I gifted my husband this pictorial representation of our family values. It was his birthday yesterday, and so I asked my son and my two bonus daughters to do this test for me. So also, if you don't know your values, Stacy is also going to put on the chat the link on how you can get this for free. It's called From the VI Institute. I did this in 2020. And it was just interesting looking at how my bonus daughters and I share the same values, and my son and my husband sharing humor as their values. So a lot of things changing, but also lots of things that's not changing. And having values, your purpose, and your visions are one of them. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you JT1, which stands for Just in Time One. It's actually two brains categories. One that is for the business brain if you have 0 to 10 million in business revenue, or if you're in the C-suite brain, meaning you have more than 10 million to 5 billion in revenue. So it's a very short video. I'm going to show you, it's 3 minutes, basically giving you a little bit of a background of how we do things. And then right after this, we're going to do the demo. So here we go.
What is the one decision you're sitting on right now that you absolutely cannot afford to get wrong? The one that could make or break your quarter. At AI Agency Group, we use AI to solve critical business problems. You dream it, we AI it. We build complete AI ecosystems, the technology, the systems, and the strategy, all working together. Imagine having the strategic brain power of a $5 million executive team in your pocket without the payroll, meetings, or delays. That's JT1. Your AI CEO trained on over 8,000 hours of proprietary business knowledge. It pressure tests your moves, finds your blind spots, and gives you the execution plan. The real magic happens inside the Power 5 platform. Nothing connects, nothing compounds with traditional AI. Power 5 changes that. ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, Gemini, and JT1 work together, creating shared memory and compounding context. The system gets smarter every time you use it. JT1 has two brain hubs. The business brain for 0 to 10 million, taking you from chaos to scale. The C-suite brain for 10 million to 5 billion, handling strategy, capital, and risk. At the heart is the 9-figure brain. What would a proven 9-figure operator do if they were me right now? Real decision reps, not theory. The super AI intelligence brain pressure tests decisions across multiple frameworks to find the optimal path. Beyond these, JT1 includes over 13 specialized brains: CFO, COO, marketing, sales, attorney, image generator, investment, and more. All connected, all working for you. But JT1 does more than provide answers. It helps you find the right questions. Where are you leaking profit? What system do you need so the business stops depending on you? What's the biggest recurring fire every week? These questions turn anxiety into specific solvable problems. This isn't just a tool, it's CoreBrain.ai, a new operating system for business where AI lives, works, and thinks inside your organization. A business that gets smarter on its own over time. If you had that $5 million executive team in your pocket, what decision would you make differently right now? You dream it. We AI it.
That's the sharing I'm going to do for now because I wanted to have 2 volunteers. And I'm going to do the stop share. So maybe you can put your hand up if you wanted to see how this works. If you're comfortable sharing your current business challenge or marketing need. And then I'm going to show you how our JT1 Dream Team works. So I'm going to go out on the sharing mode. So how's everybody doing? Now I can see all of you. Because now I'm out of presentation mode. So welcome again, Sharon, Karen, Bill, Nicole, Bonnie. And I know there's 13 more of you here. I got David, Denise, and I'm just looking at all our participants. Oh, Winnie's here too, and Susie, Teresa, Sharon, Karen, Geraldine. So who would like to volunteer? Who's a brave soul? Nobody? All of you are just perfect. You don't have any business challenge. You already got this. You got your super intelligence sorted out. Okay, nobody. If nobody, I can just do a demo. Oh, okay, Sharon. Oh, yeah.
Sharon has her hand up.
Okay. All right.
So I just started a nonprofit,
Okay.
and so I'm one person with a 5-person board, and so how do I make this a viable business?
Okay, let's see. So I am going to show you another screen. This is the core brain. Are you seeing my screen?
Mhm.
So once someone subscribe, you get your username and password. You can see here is my login on the top right. And then this is what I was talking about a while ago. So there are 3 categories: the JT1 business for those of you who has 0 to 10 million in revenue, or the JT1 C-suite for those with 10 million to 5 billion in revenue. And then there's this AI1, which has the other 4 other generic AI. So let me just show you first how JT1 business works. So basically, you will have these different brains in your fingertips if you subscribe, and then we can get started. Let's say I'm with a client, well, a participant in an event right now, and she has a nonprofit. Did you say how many board?
5 board members
With 5 board members,
and myself as executive director and no funds.
and herself as executive director and no funds. I'm going to put yet. So what would you want to accomplish? What's the vision?
Well, I can't really do anything without money. So-
Right. So what would be her top 3 leverage action steps to get finance? Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you pick who do you want to ask this first. We have also what's called the Super AI Intelligence Brain, in which it's one of the best brains I've ever seen. Let's use that because that's my favorite right now. And then I can show you, I will cut and paste this same command. We use the term command versus prompt.
Right.
And then we will do it with the other generic ones. And then let's see how it differs. Yeah. Okay, so the way that it answers, it's not like what you've seen before. It has a very specific way of being able to respond like a really brilliant AI. And so, are you seeing my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, so let do its work, and then I'm gonna go up. Okay. So the first thing it says would be, if you want a fast answer, sometimes ask me, do you want fast and powerful, or do you want deep or insightful? But in this case, it just gave me the fast right off the bat. So lock 3 anchors donors this week, build a 90-day funding calendar, create a board giving agreement in that order. Why? Because nonprofits die from diluted effort, and board members who then don't give. You have already governments, but no capital engine yet. And so it gives you right off the bat this, right? So you'll think that maybe let's see what ChatGPT will say if you put this in generic AI, yes? So we already compared all this with all of the AI. So the difference, if you guys don't know, if you're very new to AI, basically the generic AI will scrape from the internet information. And so it's like what JT mentioned at the beginning of the call. It's very generic in what it's gonna say. And so it doesn't have the experience of we have 8,000 hours of proprietary business knowledge that's already embedded on the AI. So you don't start from scratch, which is what you do with ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, or Claude. So I'm going to go to AI1 because that's where the Power 5 lives. And I'm going to put it in here. You can see here it was Claude there. But I'm going to put ChatGPT and then see what it says. Then you can compare it. So you may ask, well, it's working. I might as well blabber around here. So you may ask, well, I already have ChatGPT who I trained, who has my information. So one of the things that we really like about the platform is because not only it gives you superior answers, but it's also safe and comprehensive, and it's very cutting edge. And so there's a lot of things that it will say that's very generic if you're in the generic AI. And so this is one of the things that you can say. We've already compared this. I'm new with you, so I don't know what you feel like with the answers. It's gonna say this is very generic in terms of a nonprofit, right? So it doesn't give you like really specific one. So that's this kind of one of the things that were on edge. So I'm gonna go back to where I was, and then I'm gonna build from what we originally created. So let's just say now we've asked this from the super intelligence brain a while ago. So I'm going to say, What do you think of this plan? And we also have what's called brutal honesty brain, because sometimes the generic AI will agree with you and it does that to please you, right? So here we have somebody who's thinking like, what if I'm devil's advocate? So let's see what it's going to say. So it likes it. It's basically saying it cuts through typical nonprofit fluff. It hits the hard essentials, but I need to ask, how committed and financially capable are her board members right now? Are they prepared to give personally or bring in donors, or is this also new territory for them? That will determine how fast she can execute this step. So what do you think?
It's great. Yeah. Are you willing to share both of those answers with me in an email or something?
I will share with you this whole conversation. So
That would be great. I'd love
yes.
that. Yeah.
And then we can continue our conversation. But now you can see how it works. Very different, right? It's very, very catered to what you're trying to accomplish. And even if you even go to the how-to brain, so I'm just going to pretend, if you're not comfortable sharing, let's just say they're new.
Yeah.
And I can execute in 2 to 4 weeks, let's just say. Because originally, remember, it says that you wanted to do it this week, right? So I'm just making this up now.
Right.
So, okay. So I just wanted, that was the COO brain, right? So it's going to give you, like, literally you have your own CEO, which is like the project manager of the whole thing. And I can go on and on with this, right? So I can even say, okay, if I have an accountant CFO brain, how much do you think all this will entail, right? So it's just going to give you a breakdown and whatnot, right? So I'll send this all to you.
Wonderful. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And then the other things, obviously, I just showed you probably 3 or 4 brains. One of the things that I really like about this platform too is I'm able to save on legal fees. I mentioned to you guys that I just recently exited with our family firm, and when we were doing, we have somebody here for M&A. We actually had just recently did a merger and acquisition with my client who bought all our shellfish, and we were creating our M&A document for the transaction, and I basically put it on my attorney brain, and I just told my lawyer, here, this is what I want you to start first. So I was able to save a gazillion of money, because as you know, an M&A lawyer charge you a lot of money. So I also had some people send me some of their pitch decks when they wanted me to invest on their opportunity. So I just put the pitch deck on my investor and investment brain. So those are just some of the things that you can see how it's going to be helpful. And if you're a medium and small business, this is basically your dream team at a fraction of the cost.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you for being so brave and sharing with us. Who wants to go next? Who did you say, Stacy? I think you mentioned that.
Oh, it was Sharon that had her hand up. You already did her.
Okay, who's the second one?
I'm not seeing anybody else. Come on, everybody.
Nicole, did you want it to go in? Oh, I think you're on mute. No, I can still hear you. No? Okay, audio on the bottom left. And I kind of volunteered you. Feel free to say no if you're not comfortable. Oh, I can't hear you. You're still on mute. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, we'll get back to you. Who else wanted? Karen, did you want it to go on?
I already have it. So
that's okay.
That's why I put it up in the chat that I'm really here. I mean, I know we've met at the conference, but I'm really here to just observe you demo, because I'm gonna have to do the same thing.
Thank you so much for being a supporter. See, this is one of our partners already. So
I think I got my or
Yay!
video or my audio figured out.
Okay, great. We got
yeah.
Nicole in. Okay,
Yeah.
let me see.
So I am contemplating starting like a consultant or a service to support women in perimenopause and menopause.
Ooh.
And it's a gap, and even supporting men, like understanding, like, what happens to the female body and how they can support their wives, girlfriends, or daughters, so anyways, I'm just exploring, learning it myself, and yeah, so wanting to entrepreneur something similar or something like that.
Okay, so is this correct what I'm writing in here? And you guys, you can see a microphone here. I can literally just record it, but I just like typing, so that's why I'm typing. So are you reading what I'm typing right now? I have someone who's starting as a consultant for women who are undergoing menopause and the people supporting them, for example, their husband.
Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. I can't see the text, like it's very tiny on a phone, so it's very tiny.
Oh, okay. Did you want to change any wording from what I type? I wanted to make sure that I'm serving you properly. So I have so I'm going to read it again, and then you can
Okay,
tell
sure.
me if you want to change something. I have someone who is starting as a consultant for women who are undergoing menopause and the people supporting them, for example, their husband, etc.
Yeah, so essentially, I would like to provide a service to educate women and men on, like, the perimenopause and menopause and how to manage it, what the treatments are, just basically supporting them through that developmental stage kind of thing. Is that a bit better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So which brain would you like to use? I have a smorgasbord.
Okay, so I can't see what they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have the AI CEO, I have the COO, I have brutal honest brain, I got a second opinion analyst, an accountant brain, attorney brain, and let me decide for you. Let's
Sure.
go look for the
Yeah.
CEO advanced brain. Just follow my method to my madness, right? So CEO does the strategy, and so let's see what it tells us. So it's just writing that now. So you're just not seeing my screen, or is it small? What is it happening?
It's just way too small for me to read.
Oh, I
Just-
see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just because I'm on a phone.
Oh, I see.
And actually, you
Okay.
know what? I can zoom in here. There we
Okay.
go. Yeah.
So it just basically gives now what is good. And just so you know, I don't know if you got a recent copy of Oprah's magazine, there's a woman there talking about menopause. So
Yeah.
you wanted to take a look at that. Okay, so it just basically did this. So CEO take, position, and package this as a premium midlife performance and relationship stability practice, not generic menopause education. So given prior context around fast execution, tight date timelines, and building clear collateral, this is a strong consultative service that can be monetized quickly if you narrow the ICP, productize the offer, and build a simple referral engine. So power decision, productize her consulting into 2 to 3 high clarity packages, women, couple, workplace with a specific outcome and a 30 to 90 day path. Then launch with 10 founder clients sourced via partner referrals and a tight talk track. So what do you sell? Clear offers that people will buy. Perimenopause reset 1-to-1 for women. The outcome is symptom literacy, routine and behavior plan, medical conversation prep structure, 4 sessions over 6 weeks, plus async support, pricing target, premium, position as a specialized, not hourly. And then you have a partner playbook for couples or supporter focus, outcome, reduce conflict, improve communication, create support routines. Structure 2 sessions plus home protocol, yada yada. And then you also have the workplace ready HR workshop, manager training, retention and performance support, policy basics, 60 to 90-minute training, and an optional Q&A with the fastest path to leverage and clear credibility. So are you liking what you're hearing?
Yeah, I really like it a lot.
It is very good.
Yeah, that is
So-
fantastic.
So immediate actions this week, write a one-page positioning sheet, who it's for, the promise, what's included, pricing starting at, and this obviously the COO can do all this for you, right? And so you basically had your $5 million dream team at the fraction of the cost. And so I can send this to you together with what the CEO is planning, and then we can go from there. Yes?
Yes, that sounds amazing. Thank you.
So I'm not done with you yet, so don't leave yet.
Okay.
So let's see what do you want, second opinion analyst or brutal honest brain?
Let's go brutal honest.
Yes, everybody loves
Yes.
brutal honest,
Yes.
right? In this world where it's a lot of AI, let's be honest with each other. So let's see. Well, I always just like, what do you think of this plan, right? Okay, it's probably gonna ask a bunch of questions. This plan is tight, focused, and built for speed. It captures the core leverage points, clear, productized offers, defined audiences, and a fast path to paying clients. You're not playing the generalist game, you're owning a premium, urgent niche that supports individuals and their ecosystems. That's exactly how you break through early. But I need you to be straight with me. Now, here it goes. How confident are you in selling these packages on day one? Has she done this kind of consultative offer sale before? Or is this a new skill she needs to launch and refine fast? If she's green on sales, we have to double down on scripting and partner-driven referrals to avoid wasting weeks chasing cold leads. If she's got hustle and experience, this plan can be exactly what drives her momentum. Answer me that, and we can nail the next hard step. Did you like that?
Okay, so I would say I'm green on the topic,
Okay.
but I have experience with consulting, one-on-ones, group public speaking. So I think, yeah. So I would just go with that for now.
Okay, so I just typed it in. She's green, but she has experience with consulting one-on-one and group public speaking, etc. So it says power verdict. Hang on a second, it's doing its work.
Oh, lots of feedback.
It gives you the best.
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome. So I'm just going to go from here. You have solid consulting foundation. You're green in sales, but has a valuable one-on-one group facilitation and public speaking experience, which is a strong base. The main gap is in structured sales, systems, and scalable outreach. Confidence level, medium. Good skill assets, but needs focused execution on sales pipeline, positioning, and credibility building ASAP. Coaching dialogue, sales readiness. You say you're green, but experience in consulting and speaking, which is promising. Do you have a current sales script or pitch for these menopause packages? How comfortable are you at handling objection and closing sales? Yada, yada. So I'm not going to bore everybody with this one, but you get the idea of how it can help you. And it probably can solve most of the things that it's asking you for. Yes?
Wonderful. I love it.
Great. All right. So that's kind of where I'm at with the demo, but feel free to stay around. I have the rest of the presentation if you guys can still indulge me. And so because I don't normally just do the pitch, right? I'm an educator by heart as well. I came originally from the Philippines with a poverty-stricken background, and I am where I am right now because of education. So I would like to share with you the next part of my presentation. Let me see if I can sort out my share. But so far, you guys liking what you're seeing? Right. Now I'm back to demo. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Okay, you're seeing my screen now?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes.
Okay, great. So thank you for those of you who volunteered. So as I mentioned, it's $30 per month. And if you wanted to do, it's very cheap, right? So, and you get all four of the other generic AI, or if you want to have the JT1, it's $250 per year. And that's probably the best offer I can give you, because we will probably put the price up very soon, because we're finding this is a very cheap offer. And then, so I wanted to share with you this. Can you see my screen right now? It's called the fork turning. And I like to share this slide because I learned about this 6 years ago. You can see I had this, we are here in 2020. I used this slide in the last 6 years because it's still very much applicable. That all of the generations have its ebb and flow. So history is seasonal and winter is coming from William Strauss. I mentioned to you my family a while ago. My husband and my son are both from the artist season. And we are now in the artist season. It started in 2000 and it's going to end in 2040. It's a 40-year generation wherein there's a crisis. It's the winter season and it's end of the old. The AI generation is new because something that was old ended. My bonus daughters, my daughters from my husband's previous marriage, are both millennials. They are in the hero season, wherein there was unraveling, that's the autumn season, and the old world order. I'm Gen X. I'm from the nomad season, wherein there was an awakening. It's the summer season, it's the new world order. And so we are the Generation X, that has one of our leg from the old world, meaning when we used to send a message, we'd probably knock at somebody else's door, and our other leg on the new world order, wherein we are actually able to send a text through the telephone. And so I'm sharing this because if you are able to ride the wave of the season right now, then you're going to thrive. So, in school, we're being taught it's either you fail or you succeed. They're giving you a grade where it's fail or you pass, but they didn't teach us how to surf, because surfing you can do and be with the flow of the wave. So we are going to surf the artist season right now because it's the end of the old, and if we don't surf, then we're going to be left behind. And if you're wearing I don't know how many of you here are from Canada, we know that if it's winter and you wear summer clothes, you're going to get cold. It's not going to be good, right? So with that, I'm almost at the end here of my presentation. So these were the articles that came out when AI got popular 3 years, maybe 4 years ago now. So there were a lot of business magazines that talk about fear, World Economic Forum here, we got the CNBC here, PR Newswire, and everything else was talking about there's a lot of fear around AI. Your job will be replaced. There's also going to be a lot of positive news because there's also reskilling. And in fact, they said there's probably more jobs that are going to be created because of AI. I think I missed one slide. Hang on a second. Let me go back to that. Where did I go? Nope, not that one. Sorry. I think I missed the tops. Here was the fear-based one. They were saying about, few industries are going to be affected. Your job is going to be replaced. And then knowledge workers will be irrelevant. In 2025, this is old. So AI will affect 60% of US jobs and worsen income inequality. So as much as there are a lot of fears, I did mention there's also some positive aspects of AI, and I'm guessing you're here because you're in that tribe. But I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's both, right? There's the good side and also there's the bad side. And so with that, I have 10 minutes before the end of the presentation. I would like to have this second to the last slide, and it's another video that I wanted to show you. It's from, I don't know if you know this telenovela, it's Korean, but basically you will have to read the subtitle at the bottom of the video, but I'll tell you what it is. So basically there's this guy who is rich and powerful on my left, and it's his driver on the right, and they both died at the same time. And the guy you're seeing in the back or his neck is the judge. And the rich and powerful guy was very upset that he's dead, but he's not only upset that he's dead, he was very upset that he was sitting beside his driver, who he thinks was beneath him. And so he was talking to the judge saying, why do I have to sit beside my driver? And I'm sharing this as my second to the last slide because I wanted to go back to where I started with my presentation. A lot of things are going to be happening that are changing, but if you are true to your vision, to your purpose, and to your values, then at the end of the day, we are going to be judged because of that, not because of how many hours you've used in AI, correct? So here it goes.
인생의 기억을 얘기해 줍니다. 이게 무슨 영업일이야? 대체 운전대 장로님 경상이가 다 궁금하시라니? 여기서 모두 차 한잔입니다. 무슨 개소리야? 죽은 것도 무슨데? 평생 살아와야 시계 하나값도 안 되는 인생이라 이렇게 밭을 치고 하면 이 생에선 힘센 사람으로 잘 살았어. 하지만 저 문을 넘는 순간 알게 될 거야. 눈으로 지은 죄, 입으로 지은 죄, 손발로 지은 죄, 마음으로 지은 죄가 얼마나 힘이 센지. 내가 지금
So, with that, I hope that we get to see you on the other side. Stacy is going to put on the link how to get access to Power 5, and hopefully we'll see you on Saturday in Nanaimo. And I'm going to be staying here for the next 10-15 minutes. If you guys wanted to talk to me how you can get started for the summit, I did mention that I'm going to help you with your game plan probably we'll go talk about your business plan that you can bring for Saturday. So I'm going to be right here supporting you to get that kick started. So for now, Stacy, you can put on the chat what would be the link that they can there, she just put it on. I hope to see you on the other side. And if this resonated with you, we're open to partnerships all the time. My 3 pillars of sustainability in our DNA is leadership, partnership, and stewardship. So this is the partnership side we're in. If you are happy with all that you're hearing, I mentioned to you, JT is one of our partners. We're open to partnerships as well. So we'll direct you to their office if you wanted to be a white label partner or if you want to be a full-time AI partner like myself, because my vision for this company in the AI agency is that we're going to exit in 2 to 3 years' time. So this is the main vision for this company. And so I hope that I get to see you with that, right? I was in the ocean farming business for 20 years. I just exited that. 20 years is a long time. You know, our shellfish actually grow for 10 years. Yes, we waited for 10 years before we got our revenue. So we're here for the long haul. But now with AI, I'm just doing 2 to 3 years. I'm getting very old.
Awesome. Thank you, Lourdes.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
I'll see you on Saturday, yes?
Yes, I'll be there.
I'm gonna email you your our demo for today.
Wonderful. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
This is great, Lourdes.
You're welcome. Winnie is here, my bestie from Vancouver. You're welcome. Okay, so who would wanted to have their, I guess if you wanted to have your business plan, I have Bonnie. Okay, let's go. Oh, you're muted.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I can hear you now. Maybe make your make your microphone a little bit louder.
Okay, so I'm coming from a different lens, I guess. I've been a business owner for 15 years, but I've come to a point where I'm just looking after clients. Got two main clients, so that's a good place for me to be.
A good problem to have.
Yeah, but they're both very different. So one is a marketing agency for small food processors. So someone like where you came from, and it's national. And I've done a lot of marketing work for there, and now I'm focused on delivering training, Zoom training, video training, all around business planning and marketing, mostly.
Okay.
On the other side of the fence, I write for a neighborhood magazine that's very hyper local. It tells a cover story about someone who lives here. There's advertisers, we have community and sports and those kinds of things. So very, very different. I use AI a lot for the neighborhood magazine. I'm comfortable using it for writing and outlines and interviews and things. The marketing agency side, I get writing outlines, presentations, I can do that, but I'm more on an operations mode right now, trying to build out like what a presentation might look like or a project plan. I need to create a project plan, around a concept. And I'm going to this session on Saturday in Nanaimo too. So I don't, that's a big thing for me, I guess, is the process side. I don't know how to ask or prompt what that might look like. So I don't know if you've got any feedback on that long dissertation.
No, I do. And I go back again to with all the things that you've shared with us, what is the vision for this whole project?
Mostly it's to get feedback from our participants to feed a funder conversation. So I want proof of concept, proof that our training is working so that we can go get funding.
Okay. So did you want to use the brain? Do you
Sure.
want? Okay, let's do that.
Sure.
We might as well, right? Okay. Are you seeing my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. And Sharon, I see that you have a question. We'll get to you once we finish with this one, yeah? Okay, so I'm gonna press the start recording. Why don't you, in one sentence, give us what you just shared with us? Yes?
Okay.
Okay.
I need to create a project plan to organize a training session for startup and experienced food processors to get success stories from them to support funder conversations.
All right. Oh, I guess it didn't count. Okay. Let me just write it down. I think I just pressed it too soon. Let's have a conversation with, did you say food processors?
Yes.
For funding purposes and proof of concept?
Yeah.
Which brain do you want to use? Superintelligence? CEO?
How about COO?
Ah, perfect. Good one. And you can see here your brain. I didn't even talk about this. If you have a specialty knowledge, I have my brain actually on the system as a chief sustainability officer. So if you have a specific, very specific knowledge base, you can put your brain on this too. So, but let's deal with what you're asking for now. So it has several questions to help you best with conversation with food processors for funding and proof of concept. Could you clarify a bit about your current position? Do you already have prototype or product ready to showcase? Have you identified specific food processor or partners you want to engage? What type of funding are you seeking? Investment, grants, or partnership?
Yeah, the first one's not relevant. The second one would be both startup and experienced processors.
So experience, processor, and what type of funding are you looking for? Investment, grants, or partnership?
Investment.
Okay.
Investors.
For investment.
Or funders.
And you wanted to do the CFO brain, accountant brain?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you're targeting experienced food processors as potential investors or funders to back your proof of concept. That's a smart move since their industry expertise can add credibility and open doors. To tailor your approach, what stage is your proof of concept at? For example, do you have initial test results, a working prototype, pilot production data, or early customer feedback to share during discussions?
Yeah, I don't think I've explained this clear enough because I'm
Okay.
I'm not looking for food processors as investors. I need investors for the food processors or for our training programs to teach the food processors. So
I see. Why don't I have a one-on-one with you? So stay back because I wanted to be mindful of other people's time, and then I
Sure.
can concentrate on you as well. And then I can go back just one-on-one with you. Sharon, what was your question? Because I have 1 minute. I did tell people that this is a 1 hour session, so I wanted to make sure I served everybody. That okay, Bonnie?
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you. I just was curious about imagery.
Yes,
Does it generate images? I know you got Gemini in there, so Nano Banana.
it does. We have our own image generation brain.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Great.
There's 16 brains.
I created my background using.
Oh yes,
keys.
Karen had that one. Great. Well, I am on the top of the hour. Thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate that you spent your time with me today, but I hope to see most of you, if not all of you, on Saturday. And if you need help, if you need support, reach out to me. You can reach, for those of you who reach out to me on my phone, 604-723-6417, or I'm all over social media if you wanted to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And I hope to be able to be of value to you. I hope to see you on the other side of the partnership if you are. And if not, please do subscribe. It's going to be going up in price soon. So I hope you take advantage of our $5 million dream team. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you for supporting Karen. I appreciate you. Susie, thanks for being here. Denise.
Thanks so much. Great to see you. Bye.
Bye.